Hey guys, APGAINS here, and you guys want to capture these 130 power tiles. I know you do. I know the little scroll has the little pop-up icon that you can't figure out how to get rid of. It's annoying the heck out of you guys, and you guys just want to capture these and get it done with. So 130 power tiles have level 25 defenders with only one army. They give you 800 per turn. They're fantastic slots to have. They're great for power. They're great for resources. They're just all around fantastic to have. The thing is, they're a little bit too powerful for a lot of you guys in the first couple days, so what do you do instead? Now, while getting these are very important, and if you're in an area where like you have some neighbors who are maybe going to encroach a little bit on your land and you want to make sure that you have as much power as possible, you're going to want to take these for sure. The thing you want to wait for is either, let's see, commanders. Either you get a commander that's like up past level 25, like you see my Kamul is above 25, he's 27. Really love the Nazgul. They're fantastic. If you guys are playing light side, this equivalent would be Aragorn. But it's very important to have a strong commander, but I bet you guys are saying APGAINS. Of course, that's so obvious. You're not helping me here. Where's the juicy stuff? Where's the stuff that I want? Where's the tutorialness? It's not a word, but where's the tutorialness? I'm going to say that's a word now, the tutorialness. Now, these are great, but they're going to be very costly, and for a while you're not going to want to get them. So I highly recommend you take like 90 per hours, build up, get lots of resources. You might be saying, APGAINS, okay, I'll capture all the 90s I want, but I still can't get that 130. What tips me over the edge? And this is what I'll tell you. If we go in here, let me actually go into my settlement so that I can look at not my builds. Please don't freeze game. My barracks. Now, of course, I have the Mumakil. I've never been able to pronounce that accent on the Mumakil. But you see here, I finally unlocked tier 3 units. Now, these are going to be the key to unlocking these, or to beating these 130 power tiles with only one march. Now, a lot of you guys are probably going to be going in with, fully upgraded. Like, I have fully upgraded, maxed out tier 2 crossbowmen, which might have been a little excessive. I have some nice tier 2 trackers and stalkers, but not great units. But what's really important here is that we level up our northern quarters. We get to 5, because at 5 we unlock our arbalists, our Morgul arbalists. I know how to speak. Normally when I make a mistake, I say I have a good grasp of the English language, but this time I can't even claim my lack of English here because this is not English. And then the tier 5 scout layer, which gives us the raiders right here, which is an English word and I do know how to pronounce. But this is going to be a very important rush, getting town hall up to, or to main hall. This is not Clash of Clans. Main hall up to 8. Northern quarters up to 8, because these tier 3 units just give us that huge boost. Even without any of our gold levies, any of our gold being used to upgrade those units, they're so much more powerful than the tier 2 units that now, like, what used to be like an almost impossible battle, it says evenly matched, but I'm still, 7,000 power in terms of troop strength over these guys, so this is not going to be something that's particularly hard. Now, this might actually end in a draw depending on the composition of the enemies defending it, depending on a lot of factors, what gear I have. I've been really lucky with pulls in terms of legendary gear. Don't have a lot of strength or refines on these because, legendary gear is kind of hard to come by. But he does have okay gear. I've spec'd my main commander. He's more of a focus build, so I've spec'd him into a lot of focus related stuff, which has been super helpful, reduce damage. So this might end in a draw, but what's really important is we have this Beck. Oh, see, it didn't even end in the draw because the tier 3 units are so powerful. But if it does end in a draw, what you're going to want to do is take the secondary army, which for me is going to be this Lurtz army, which is, level 13, or level 16 now. This is not necessarily a fantastic unit, but you just want to have him nearby, because if that draw does trigger and, these guys need help, you want to make sure he's within 5 minutes from the fight location so that he can come in and help out. The first one is going to be hard. It's probably going to end in a draw, and you're going to have to bring in a second unit, unless you've power leveled, and maybe at that point, why did you wait so long to capture 130 power tiles? But after the first one, you're going to get enough experience on your commander, like even just one here. Like if we go into our battle log, we got 18,000 experience just from this one battle, and we suffered 500 casualties, which was actually a lot. 350 tier 3 arbalists, 148 raiders, which is actually a very large loss. But in terms of the power per hour plus the resource gain here, I'd say it's good, because we're power leveling our commander. Our commander's getting stronger, and you're only going to lose these high-end units very infrequently as you go on, because, you know, I used to remember the point where capturing 30 power, 60 power, 90 power was really draining my resources in terms of troops. And now I'm just 130s are starting to drain. And then once I get to 150s and then, you know, the 200s, you're going to progressively build up. So those first couple battles at any new tier level capturing is going to definitely hurt your economy. But just knowing that if you have a specific commander and then maybe a second commander that you're trying to level up, maybe you're doing some mock battles. We'll talk about that in a different video. But just having an overall good commander who can take those losses and it's not going to cripple your economy. Make sure you get your builds out first. So before I go into any battle that's going to require a lot of losses, I know I'm not, you know, practicing what I preach here, but I like to throw down a build before that so that I know that important resources have been allocated. So like I'd go like 4 hours, whatever. I'll just throw down an apothecary. It's always nice to have apothecary up because, you know, you don't want to waste all those units. So have your builds out and then go in. It's going to be a hit to your economy. Make sure these big battles happen like right before you go to bed. You've used up your stamina, you've gathered, you've done your long marches, you've done all sorts of important, you know, management stuff with the account. And make this like, you know, his last little bit of energy. You already used your resources, so, you know, taking a big resource loss there is not going to be the end of the world. So that, you know, you can come back and, you know, I don't have a ton of resources right now, but yeah, I can get an extra 500 of these guys because I'm about to go to bed. Maybe I'll pop down a couple of items if I back out here before I go to bed. This is more just general management stuff. You know, maybe I pop down a couple of these before I go to bed just to get my, you know, my resources flowing. I tend to like to save these more end game because, you know, you're making more resources. So, you know, a 20% increase in resource production is going to have more benefit in the later game than the mid game. But those are just some basic tips helping you capture those tiles as quickly as possible, making sure that you minimize losses. If you guys found this helpful, we're trying to get 15,000 subscribers for, you know, a super special event. That's mostly for the other game I play. If you guys are watching this specifically for Rise to War, you're not going to understand what protesting outside of Capital Games headquarters is going to look like. But I appreciate you guys' time. Let me know in the comment section if you liked this video, if you found it helpful. Maybe if you didn't find it helpful, let me know what I could have done. Maybe you already play this game and you're just watching this randomly just to see if I know what I'm talking about. And maybe you guys, you know, played in the beta, which I didn't have access to, and you guys want to say, hey, APGAINS, you missed this, or I like how you explain this, but, you know, you really missed this important thing. All feedback would be fantastic. I'm going to get out of here, guys. Make sure you get your Kamul's up. He is the best. I wish I had the Witch King, you know, but the 99 cents I spent on Kamul, definitely worth it. I love me my Nazguls. Make sure you guys play as Angmar or else you guys are losers. I'm going to get out of here, guys. As always, I love you, and I'll see you guys later.